welcome into Wideside Sports.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
I feel like you put like a space in between our name. It's one word.
Between the wide and the side?
Yeah, it's one word.
Did I not do it right?
I don't know. It's fine.
I don't know either. I do got to say something, man, because obviously it's Thursday as we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
Bowl game today.
Yeah.
Multiple bowl games.
Yeah. I just got done watching one before I came out here. So.
You know my thoughts with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so disgusting.
Yeah.
One, the game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's peanut butter and jelly. Let's dip it in mayonnaise and eat it. Hey, here's a spoonful of mayo. Hey, dip this in mayo. What? No, it's not ranch.
Yeah.
But then again, the coach, like, what? Hey, like, how much money do you make for them to dump? First of all, I thought they knocked him out with the freaking, because they hit him in the head with
the jug.
Like, here's 80 pounds of mayo in this jug, and we accidentally dropped it on your head first. But it is so.
Yeah.
Seeing it, it was just like, ugh.
That grossed me out because I like mayo.
Yeah.
But I don't like 80 pounds. You know what I mean? Who wants mayo dumped on them?
It was oh my God. It was just like, ugh.
Like, you can't go address your team after that covered in snot. I mean, that's.
Well, then.
It's gross. Like, I got to shower before I go talk to everybody.
The pictures of him covered in mayo, and then people put the Brazzers logo under it. Of like,
that's good shit.
I mean,
that's where we're going,
buddy.
That's where we're going with it.
But it was just the ugh. And then the other one from a couple nights ago or whatever, Clemson wins their bowl game
with the Cheez-Its,
and he gets hit with Cheez-Its. And I got to be thinking in Dabo's mind, I'm like, 3 years ago we were hoisting a national championship, and I'm getting doused with Cheez-Its.
That's what
He's like, even if you dumped Gatorade on me, I'd be pissed off because this is a who gives a shit bowl of we're Clemson.
Yeah, we don't play in this shit. I have the problem with like the potato bowl, like they dumped like fries on the coach or whole potatoes.
Hey, they just came out for coach. He's like, oh fuck, they're hot.
And then like the Cheez-Its, like the people who wear like the tucked in polos, you have Cheez-Its in your ass crack. Like it's going to go down the back of your shirt, and there's no way to get that out.
It's just
Yeah. How cool was it that Bob Stoops won a game last night? Yeah. I mean, I like Bob Stoops. I don't know about a lot of people, but I like his southern accent that kind of comes in and out sometimes. Like he doesn't have one, but he wants to talk like he has one. But he's always been good, pretty cool guy.
His comments of like, well, they could just pour a bunch of tequila on me.
Yeah,
like they can do fire me. It's like that is love.
Yes,
love it, Bob.
Yep,
I love it. And now he can hold the big game, Bob. Look. Hell, I haven't even coached, and
exactly.
Just come right in and beat the shit out of Oregon.
Oh God! I mean, I like he kind of did like the passing of the torch. Did you watch like their end game where they did the trophy or whatever?
No.
He called Venables up to the stage and got everybody all hyped up, and then took off his visor and put it on his head, and got everybody all excited about it.
Venables coordinator for him, wasn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think for quite some time.
When
he
won
left,
a national championship there.
Yeah,
like
I think when Bob left the first time, Venables went to Clemson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting on if Venables does that. Venables.
It's going to be weird because his whole recruiting changes.
Yeah.
Like what he wants isn't what Big 12 football is in my mind. Now he could, but
he's got to prep for the SEC.
Exactly. Which is, I think it's a very smart hire by Oklahoma to get somebody, hey, what are we really bad at? Oh, stopping teams. Let's get somebody who's pretty good at it. But I mean, Oklahoma never has any size up front.
No.
They're very speed oriented because that's what they play in their conference. They're going to have to reevaluate who they're recruiting.
And it would be interesting because just as a defensive coordinator, he looked like he was going to have an aneurysm on the sideline of like, now you're in charge of the whole team.
Exactly.
I mean, so when the punter fucks up.
What the hell? I like his pat. You don't see a lot of college coaches act like that.
No.
And number one, that does something to your players. Like, there's a time to act like that, and there's a time to keep your cool.
Right.
When something good happens, go fucking nuts. Because that's going to get everybody to rile around. It shows that you care. You know, I mean, celebrate. You know, I mean, best coach ever, Belichick. He celebrates behind closed doors, and he's mentioned that. He goes, I just kind of keep my cool, which is fine. A lot of people do, but it's college. There's a lot of, I don't know, testosterone buildup for you're preparing to beat this team, and when the things that you prepare every day for a week actually go right.
Right.
There's not a better feeling in the world, so celebrate it, and that's what I kind of like about him. He just gets all amped up.
And the thing with all the other bowl games, obviously the cancellations and stuff, people like, well, this is what happens because nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, they dropped out of the bowl game. Okay, so we have a game that nobody's watching anyways.
Yeah.
But everybody is freaking out of like, well, they were opting out and the Ohio State opt-outs. Yeah. People are like, I guess I'm just more competitive than they are. Like, really? You played in high school. And I'm guessing you're a guy that, wasn't good. I'm more competitive than them. It's like, and I had this analogy the other day that I told to somebody. It's like, if I had a check for you for $20 million and I'll just give it to you right now, you can just sign it, $20 million is yours. Or you can go play in this last game with your team, and if you get hurt at all, you don't get it.
Yeah.
What would you do? Well, you're going to take the check.
Yeah.
And if you say you'd play in the game with your buddies, you're lying.
You're an idiot.
Of like, come on.
I had to talk my mother off the ledge because she was so pissed off that the players were. She goes, I just think they should play. She goes, you spend all that time. I'm like, Mom, I said, they're going to go, 2 of them are first-round draft picks. They said, do you understand the money that comes with that? Well, I'm like, no. You have your opinion, but do you understand the money that comes with that? Like, one of them is going to go in the top 10.
Yeah.
So that's a big bonus. What is that between 10 and 15? What is that, about $8 million difference?
Yeah.
So I said, that's huge. And then from 20 on, it's like a almost $10 to $12 million difference between what your contract is.
Yeah.
I said, it's huge. So I said, the other guys, I don't know why they're not opting out, to be honest with you, because they're not going to be taken to like the 3rd or 4th round.
Well, if you're a second rounder, you don't need to play either.
I mean, I get that. I don't think the defensive tackle is a second rounder, maybe the offensive lineman, but after his Michigan performance, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, those 2 guys, they needed to leave. Like they're not supposed to play in this bowl game. One, it means nothing. I said, it means nothing. I said, it's Ohio State. They play for national championships.
Yeah.
This is a second place trophy to them that means nothing. It's going to go on their wall, and they're not going to talk about it.
The only thing that game would have meant is if it was Oregon in that game.
Yeah.
It still didn't mean anything, but it was, hey, we need to right this wrong. And they still wouldn't have played, which they should not.
Should have.
And that's the other one, like people mad at Olave. Of like, he shouldn't have been here anyways. He was a first-round pick last year.
Yeah.
Except for there's 900, top-flight receivers came out last year. But that's another one. When you look at probably the 3 receivers that come off the board first, it's going to be Jameson.
Yeah, at one point in time,
they were all in the same room.
Yeah.
And then I looked at today of like the starters for the game on Saturday. So they lose 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
And their starting wide receivers for Saturday are all 5 stars. Of like, that's the point. And I get happy a little bit. I mean, I'm happy for them. But I'm also happy of like, hey, this is quasi a big atmosphere game.
Yeah, see how you play.
Let's get these new guys that haven't been in this position before and get them in.
Yeah.
And see what, how it goes.
Yeah. I see a lot of mixed emotions on Twitter about meaningful games and this and that. And I'm not, I see both sides of it. Because I think it was Joe Klatt. I think Danny Cannell came out there and said, like, pretty much nobody gives a shit about these games. None of them mean anything until tomorrow night.
Right.
And I think Joe Klatt got on there and said, this is your worst take ever. Football players want to play football. Football fans want to watch football. And if you don't, then you're not a true football fan. I'm like, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. If you are playing for Purdue and you're playing in a bowl game, it probably does mean a lot to you because you're not going to the next level.
Right.
You don't
recruiting wise. It means something for
exactly. And if you were as a player, it's probably, especially if you're a senior, I get it. I'm playing my last bowl game. If I win, all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't mean anything.
No.
You don't get any of the cool shit anymore in your bowl games.
And that's like the old whites.
Yeah.
That are all like, this is why the bowls don't matter, is we need to get it back to where the bowls matter. It's like they never mattered.
No.
Ever.
No.
Because even before the BCS, they didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 1 and 2 ranked teams didn't play each other for one.
Yeah.
And not both of them weren't going to lose the bowl game. So one of those guys, so only 2 of the bowl games mattered.
Yeah. Why do we have 60 fucking bowl games? That's the issue. And
you can't even get enough teams eligible to get in them.
I watched, for some odd fucking reason, Houston and Auburn played. Houston 11-2, and Auburn has 7 wins.
And Houston won that game, didn't they?
Why were people shocked?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because it's SEC.
Yes, it's the SEC, and I get that. But Auburn's not any good.
They never were, but
no.
You got to remember back, like when Auburn was coming up to play Bama, Auburn was fucking ranked.
You're right. They were.
So it's one of those, it means something to say, hey, so were you just manipulating this top 25 to make these wins look better for the teams in the top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Who cares?
But the people who put the argument out there of if we expand the playoff, it's watered down. What do you think the bowl season is?
Yeah.
It's all watered down.
I thought we can't expand the playoff because of player safety, but we're having all these bowl games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't hear a lot of that. These kids traveling all over the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's all your outrage for that?
I don't know. Expand the playoffs. If you have to have your New Year's 6, have those the names of your playoff games.
And that's
if you have to make people happy, just make them happy and call it that. Have them play the fucking Gator Bowl as one of the
and if you're going off this ranking and having the rankings tell you who the New Year's 6 are, of the fact that Ohio State and Notre Dame aren't playing is a shame.
It is.
Because who cares about the Rose Bowl?
Yeah. Who gives a shit about the Rose Bowl?
It doesn't matter. And actually, the Rose Bowl, this is the year that it screws everything over. Because Alabama is playing a semifinal game at 3:30 on a Friday.
Yeah.
Because the Rose Bowl's on Saturday.
And that's the dumbest thing ever. Dumbest thing. People aren't off work tomorrow.
Yeah, not everybody's off.
Yeah. And we're starting a game at 3:30. A playoff, the most meaningful game of the college football season is starting at 3:30. It's the most asinine thing I've ever seen.
Ohio State and Utah are playing at 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday.
This oh my God.
That's where they got to get and say, hey, we're doing this on New Year's Day is when the semifinals are. Yeah. That's what's happening. Rose Bowl, either move your game or you're going to go head to head.
And see who comes.
See what happens.
See what happens. Yeah. It's dumb. I hate the tradition shit. Throw your fucking traditions out the window.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because of Ohio State, well, I mean, Michigan didn't accept a bid to go to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And they won the Big Ten. So your bowl means nothing.
Yeah. So it's literally the second place bowl. In one conference, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. I don't like it.
It's gonna make the regular season meaningless. Well, the regular season's too important.
Yeah.
Now.
The part of me really wanted to know if Ohio State's not in the Rose Bowl, is it moved?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have them on their own time.
Yeah, if it was Utah versus Iowa.
Yeah.
Are we having that?
Doing that
so
Saturday
we can't
night?
do the playoff here because
exactly. That's my
game
that's
that
my
nobody's going to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's another one of Michigan, Georgia. Big game.
Mm-hmm.
It should be the closer of the two games. It should be the best game tomorrow. Tomorrow. How many people aren't going to watch that because they have to go out with their wife?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's New Year's Eve and we go to have dinner and drink.
Yeah.
I don't watch the game.
Nope. Not when you go out. No.
And then you're going to come up and say, see, nobody cares about these playoffs. Look what the ratings did. Well, because you had it on a Friday.
And it's New Year's fucking Eve. Let everybody watch football when they're hungover the next day.
The biggest ratings they ever had was when it fell on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And the one game was at 3, because I think, the Rose Bowl was involved in it.
Yeah. So it was on the Saturday.
Yeah, so they had it on, so it was like 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever it was. And it's like, man, the ratings were amazing. Then the next year, they weren't any good. Well, you had it on a Friday again.
Yep.
Or you had it on,
Yeah. Well, last year they didn't have the games on New Year's Eve.
No. And on like the 2nd or something.
Yeah, something like that.
The 2nd was like the Saturday.
Yeah.
Because New Year's Day was a Friday.
Uh-huh. Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's a Saturday.
When did they play college football? Yep, Saturdays.
Exactly. Ah, man, it's nothing but a giant contradiction.
Yeah.
And somebody can't be back there and just shaking their head like, oh yeah, this is all good ideas.
When you go, hey, you want to look at what the NFL does and why they're so successful? Because they don't do stuff like this. They pick what game. You let a bowl game determine how you handle your playoff and your biggest ratings. Like, you have 2 cards in your pocket for a game to play.
Yeah.
And you let one of them that's not involved dictate when you use those. Mm-hmm. I mean, the NFL would be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why would you?
This is your playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest problems is that they sign these massive deals with ESPN and ABC. Yeah. And they have all the games of like, no.
Yeah.
Because the NFL knows nope, you get CBS. Yeah. We got Fox. Mm-hmm. We got ESPN has a game.
NFL Network has some
Amazon,
games.
You want to buy some? Yep, you can have Thursdays. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you what, and I hope upon hope, the only thing I want is for Amazon to get their hands
on the Sunday ticket.
And get it away from DirecTV. Mm-hmm. That way, DirecTV, hey, man, you still got the people in the country.
Yeah.
They need service. Mm-hmm. You'll get that.
Yeah.
And you can still sell them that package.
Yeah.
Which they're not even selling the package anymore.
No, they're not.
If you have DirecTV, you just automatically get the package.
Uh-huh.
So you're not even...
Yeah, you don't... It's not an extra.
Yeah, it used to be $300.
Yeah, exactly. Now people...
Now it's just free with it.
Because so little people want it, want DirecTV, that, hey, we're going to give you all of the NFL games.
So I was getting it... If I just have DirecTV, I get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's on Amazon, I got to pay $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay the $100.
Yep.
I mean...
Yeah.
Plus, with DirecTV, if you have multiple TVs, you have to have multiple boxes at $20 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here with that noise.
Oh, man. So many things are just stupid with the fucking NCAA.
Yeah. Well, they just can't. They can't get out of their own ways because there's too many. You need a figurehead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a young figurehead
that works and knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Of like, no, this is how we're doing it. You want to make... Because the school presidents, you say whatever you want, they know it's about money. Uh-huh. The money comes in from the TV deals.
Yeah.
The reason that Texas and them are going to the SEC is for the next negotiation of the TV contract. As soon as they come in, it's like, hey, ESPN or CBS, we need to renegotiate because now we have Texas and Oklahoma, so you didn't pay for that, so now we need to do that.
Yeah.
So you need to have somebody like a Roger Goodell that's their job is to do that.
Mm-hmm. And the more people you have in,
the worse it is.
Yeah. I mean, in charge-wise, yeah, but I'm saying the more TV people, I think the NFL makes so much money. Because NFL Network, for the longest time, had Thursday Night Football. They had one game a week, and it wasn't even for the full season. It was like halfway through the season they started playing on Thursday nights. The chunk of change that they paid just to do one game halfway through probably... I would say 8 games they probably had.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that with college football where there's more games to go watch? I mean, but people, nope, we're only ESPN, we're only ABC.
Yeah.
Why? Fuck off.
And here's one to tell you, Christmas Day numbers came out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The NFL
Packers
just
game,
shit on the NBA.
The NBA The Warriors game at 5 o'clock did 5.3 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 o'clock Packers-Browns game did 28 million. The 8 o'clock game between the Lakers and LeBron James did like 5.1 million.
Yep.
The Colts-Cardinals.
Yep, the Colts-Cardinals at 8:15.
12.1 million. And you say, well, that's a big drop-off. And you go, oh, but the Colts game was only on NFL Network.
Yep.
It was not on Fox.
Nope.
Not everybody has it. It did that many.
Yeah.
With a channel that not everybody has.
Yeah.
Of like,
plus, it's 8:15. Probably kids are playing with their toys. And, you know what I mean? It's Christmas Day, people. Yeah. But, yeah, did that much. So, get the hell out of here.
28 million people watch the Packers and the Browns.
Yeah. So, get the hell out of here. The NBA is better.
Yeah, the NBA is so bad.
It is.
And that's been, driving around. Obviously, I had a day off today. And Dan Patrick's off for the week, so Doug Gottlieb's sitting in. So it's got to be talking about basketball.
Uh-huh.
And your co-host is TJ Hushmanzada.
Yeah.
Who I love.
Yeah.
But it's like, Doug, why are you... Nobody cares. Like, you can keep beating the NBA drum all you want, pal.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Gives two shits about the NBA. You didn't even watch the bubble games when it was the only sporting event on.
Yeah.
During the COVID. It was the only sporting event still playing.
Yeah.
And nobody watched it.
Well, here's one that nobody talks about is like LeBron James in the last 6 games is averaging like 36 points a game and 12 rebounds, and they're 1-6.
Yeah.
Or 1-5.
like
that. Yeah, you're terrible.
Yeah.
And that goes to tell you, too, when it's like LeBron kind of gets to pick the team. Well, you can't just pick all your buddies that are almost 40 and think that you're going to compete in the NBA full of young dudes.
Yeah, they're so old.
Everybody on the team is over 30.
Yeah.
Everybody. Let's get Melo. He can shoot. Melo's like 49 years old.
He's older than you, LeBron.
Yeah.
He played college basketball. Yeah. Oh.
Well, you want to do some college stuff?
Yeah.
Before we get in the NFL?
Yeah.
Because the NFL's awesome. So let's just get this college
stuff out of the way.
Shit out of the way.
Yeah.
So we got, let's just start with the ones tomorrow. The first game is Bama, Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Last I saw, Bama minus 13.5.
That's what I saw, too.
I don't think that's enough.
The fact that it's not 20 is weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure last year against Notre Dame that it was almost 20 points, like 19 something.
It was. Well, hell, against Alabama and Ohio State was like 17.
Yeah. You're right. It's not enough. I mean, if it's not more than 3 scores, I would be shocked.
Yeah. And and I've heard McAfee and them talk about it and stuff like that of like, we do this every year because there's this month long between the games to where you can talk to, well, maybe Cincinnati's got a shot.
But there's no shot.
They don't.
They don't. It's different players. It's a different level of playing.
That Alabama is gettable.
Yes.
But not by you.
No. And here's why. One, this is a game where players are going to make the difference.
Yeah.
Fickle can have the greatest game plan ever against this Alabama offense. And the Alabama offense struggles at times.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's a very inexperienced quarterback. I mean, he's only had 12 games under his belt. I mean, ever.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's played a whole lot of football compared to your quarterback, but he's just better than your quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it like that. He is way better than your quarterback who's been playing football for 4 years, starting for 4 years.
And then look at the last game of what Bryce Young did.
Yeah.
Against a team full of NFL defensive players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of which you have 2.
Yeah. Yeah, the corner, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, his name alone should get him drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
His name is Sauce. Like, if you're not a good football player with that name, you're worthless.
It's one of those, like, I could see Cincinnati not scoring more than 10 points.
48-3 is my prediction.
Yeah.
It's because we talk about it all the time with Alabama, and you bring it up a lot, is that big blitz of points.
Yep.
After the first quarter, it's 3-6 or 6-3. Maybe Cincinnati held them to 2 field goals. Oh, you're looking pretty good. Well, there's a turnover on downs. Go down, score.
Yeah.
Oh, pick. Go down, score. And it's like all of a sudden it's 24-3, and it's going in halftime, and Alabama gets the ball back second half. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't see them slowing them down past the first quarter.
I can almost see it. Alabama's second offensive play is a 60-yard touchdown to Jamison Williams.
Yeah, I mean.
And then you go, oh, we don't have anybody that can guard that guy.
Yeah. It's but that's what I mean by players.
Yeah.
It's just a different level of school and athlete and what you get. This is Alabama. You're not even the little brother, Cincinnati.
No.
You're farther down the line. I mean, you're not there.
And I want it to happen.
Yeah.
Like I mean, everything, I want Cincinnati to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. Besides the NFL package to Amazon. But just going in realistically of like, hey man, this game's gonna be over quick.
Yeah.
I mean, quick.
Which I guess if you're starting at 3:30, you're not gonna miss much if you're leaving work at 3:30. Because
I've thought about this game for a couple of weeks now of like, and I can't come up with a scenario
where Cincinnati wins.
Yeah, I just can't.
No.
I mean, how many interceptions does Bryce Young have to throw for Cincinnati to win? 4? 5?
5. It's that many.
And they might have to be pick sixes.
Yeah, they might have to be touchdowns because I don't see, yes, your offense does a good job. But it's not, like you're going to be stuck in a lot of 3rd and 7s.
Yeah.
And you're not converting those.
No.
You're not.
You're not going to run the ball.
No, because you can't run the ball very well anyway.
Yep.
Ritter runs the ball for you. And he's not going to want to take those pops.
And that's a problem for it's always an Alabama problem. They can't stop a running quarterback. Well, nobody really can.
Yeah.
But you'll get some running yards. Ritter's going to have a 15-yarder and a 20-yard. Say maybe he rushes for 60 yards, but it's not going to mean anything.
No, but I can even see him flipping the switch. We're going to key on him.
Yeah.
We'll let the running back beat us because he hasn't beaten anybody all year. We're making sure he doesn't get his. I mean,
and that goes to show you, too, of like Cincinnati's first possession, and you see what they do. Because those are the absolute best plays that they have.
Yeah.
And if they come out there and go 3 and out and don't even whiff a first down, uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I don't see it being anywhere near close. 48-3 is the score that comes to my mind.
Yeah, I don't
even know why 3, because I watched their field goal kicker miss 3 field goals in their conference championship game.
Because that's mine of, like I say, less than 10 because maybe they get 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Alabama
like a garbage time touchdown, like fourth quarter where it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, they've got all their, they got 2024's team on the field playing. But that's how I see that game going, that it's going to be boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, it's 21-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Now, the second game.
It's going to flip the switch.
Georgia is -7.5 last night. It's been 7.5 to 8.
I think that's a good number.
Flip. I do too.
I think it's a really good number.
Michigan's strength is going against Georgia's strength.
Yeah.
And then what Michigan's strong at on defense is what Georgia's strong at on offense, which they're pretty good at blocking.
Yeah.
But Georgia's offense is horrendous, which makes it a close game because we don't know if Michigan can score if they have to pass it. Because the thought being is Michigan's not going to be able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting to me if they can run it. Because if they can't run it and he's got to throw 35 times,
Nothing gives me confidence to say Cade McNamara can win you the football game.
No.
Your 2 backs are Studley. Your offensive line, it just got voted best in the nation.
Yeah.
Prove it. Don't. My biggest pet peeve is after halfway through the first quarter, after their second possession, when they only got about 20 yards rushing, that they're going to stop.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to establish a run game knows it doesn't click in until about the third quarter.
Right.
Especially if you're a very downhill running team. Like they are. They're not side to side. They want to get those guys going forward now. Just stay with it. Because Georgia's offense is not good. They're not going to put up the fast points.
Yeah.
So you can stay with your run game.
And that's why I think it's a tight game. I think I told him today, it's like if Michigan wins, I can see Michigan winning by a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also see Georgia boat racing them.
I'm kind of the same way.
Because Michigan's quarterback will throw a pick 6 in this game.
Yeah, it's just a point in time in the game. Yeah. Is it a meaningful drive?
Yeah.
Or is it early where you can overcome it?
Yeah. Well, kind of like, sorry to bring this up, but the fact that when Florida is dominating Georgia with a minute and 30 seconds left, and then all of a sudden, like 3 touchdowns happen in 15 seconds of like, I could see Michigan doing something like that.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, you know, it's a 10-7 game and we're up, and then all of a sudden, like, you just keep turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, for sure, just get to halftime.
Yeah, I mean, that's just shitty Florida.
So I said I hated to bring that out because it feels like we're always shitting on those crocodiles.
I don't know. I don't think Harbaugh's that fucking stupid to do that. You know what I mean? I feel like he leans more towards the safe side no matter what anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get Harbaugh out of running the fucking football, and that just shows you with the Ohio State game.
Yeah,
because some coordinators would have been throwing that ball in the second half, even though Ohio State couldn't stop the run, just because they can't help themselves.
Yep.
But Gaddis was we'll just if we can run it 3 times and get 60 yards, we'll just do that.
The man averaged 6 yards a carry for the game.
Yeah. So do that.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of those guys that they just can't. Well, we got to get the quarterback involved. No. Not if it's working.
I'm very interested because I watched the Big Ten championship game was the 4th Michigan game I watched this season.
Yeah.
And they changed their running scheme up quite a bit.
Yeah.
From week to week, depending on what they're playing. I don't know what weakness you're looking for on the Georgia defensive front to tell you which scheme you're going for.
Yeah, because mine...
You're not going straight... You're not going just straight downhill running because you're not moving them.
And you can't zone.
No.
And my thing, like what they did with Ohio State, is they had a lot of pulls.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, Georgia's defensive lineman, because the problem, you pull that guard, can your center get over fast enough to stop that guy from coming right behind him?
That's the issue. The other issue is their linebackers on the edge are so fucking fast, and they know McNair is not pulling it.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming from the backside, and with the push from the front side of them running the ball, it's going to make that guy bounce.
Yeah.
Now you just gave that guy coming from the backside a couple extra seconds.
You're not going to outrun him.
No. You're not going anywhere. So that's where I don't know.
Because Georgia's one of those ones, like a lot of teams can't.
Mm-hmm.
But Georgia's like the early, 2008, 2009 SEC defense where they want you to try to bounce it because they're going to get to the sideline faster than you.
Yeah,
like they're so fast.
I mean, they're going to spill everything and make it go to the outside.
Dump everything outside, and we'll clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're fast enough to do it, so
they'll
might
do.
as well.
Yeah.
There's just those 2 dudes up front are so big.
Can't run in between the tackles.
No, they're so big. They don't even have to be any good. They're almost 400 pounds apiece.
But that's the thing. I mean, Michigan's going to test it.
Huh?
Because what if we wear these 2 guys out? Or the one thing that doesn't happen enough to some guys, because those big boys rotate out. And when they rotate out, you need to start going no huddle and keep them on the sideline. I'm not saying you have to play fast, but you got to get to the line ready to snap.
Yep.
That way they can't sub.
Mm-hmm. I like the some college teams do it. A lot of NFL teams do it almost every time. The 2-play system. Yeah. And one's a check and one's not. But even if one of them is always able to be called no matter what, just like you said, get up to the line and run it.
Yeah.
You're going to keep the big dudes off the field. Maybe that's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, like you said earlier, if McNair has to throw the ball for them to win, I don't see Michigan winning.
Yeah. What you got?
I am going to go Georgia 24-21.
Okay. I was going to take Michigan in the points also.
Okay.
But you know what? Fuck it, since you went that route.
Okay. Sorry,
I'm gonna
you
go,
asked me first.
I understand.
Okay.
I'm going to go Michigan wins this game.
Okay. On a last seconder?
I'm going to go, like I was almost said, 28-21, but I don't know that there's any way Michigan doesn't kick a field goal somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
So it would be, but I'll tell you what, 20-17.
Okay. No, that's not bad.
Two
I tried to keep it low.
It's kind of I'm thinking like I see him kicking 2 field goals, maybe scoring 2 touchdowns. Georgia scores 2 touchdowns, kicks a field goal, and then maybe misses one at the end to tie it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm glad that's your 7 o'clocker.
Georgia's going to miss a field goal. I'm going to put that in the bank too.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why I feel that, but
yeah. But I'm glad that's the 7 o'clocker.
Yeah.
Like we're not watching Bama ass rail Cincinnati at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be drunk by halftime.
You can go to bed.
You could.
It's, New Year's Eve. Unless the football game's on or something, I don't stay up till midnight. I don't even
remember the last time I watched the ball drop.
Oh, you mean it goes from December to January?
Yeah.
Like every month it just changes. I don't know what we're.
Yeah.
I don't get. I get it when I was younger because it was, hey, go try to find some strange, some poon.
Yeah, I get you.
Get some drinking done. Maybe a little fingering.
Yeah,
but
butt fingering.
You can go. Hey, works for urban.
Yes, it does.
I mean, the chop house didn't exist in that era of my going outedness.
Going out.
And butt fingering through the jeans, I didn't know was a thing.
Yeah, now you do.
Now I do.
Now you do.
And is acceptable, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, Dad didn't get him fired. No. Apparently, he had to kick one of his players.
He had to kick one of his players get fired. But yeah, it's like New Year's Eve. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Just terrible. But yeah, I'll go with a Michigan, Alabama, and then boat race.
I mean, part of me thinks that if we have a national championship with SEC schools, for some fucking reason, we're going to get an expansion. And I don't know why. But that's what I really, really want. So obviously, by my choices, I have Alabama, Georgia. I see the same result happening. I don't see it being that big of a...
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a big of difference out of Georgia in that game. There's nothing you can do.
No, I mean, it may be one less touchdown. I don't know.
I got a little pushback this afternoon for saying this, and I feel this way, and I'm an Ohio State fan, but I'm good for if Michigan wins it.
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not confident that they're going to beat Georgia. But to me, it's like, well, hey, if Michigan wins it all, then maybe that'll light a fire under Ohio State's ass to, hey, maybe we need to fix the defense a little better than, instead of this Big 12 style that we're playing in the Big 10.
I don't see that. I don't give a shit if Michigan wins it at all. But I like to think of myself as a betting man, so I'm not picking them.
No.
It's just Michigan winning the national championship does nothing for the greater good of college football.
No.
In my sense of it
does something for the Big 10. That's all it does.
That's it. And it does something for the rivalry next year.
Yep.
That's it. Other than that, it does nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the SEC school didn't win it, so you're not getting the expansion.
Yeah.
Or there was different teams in it this year, so that's also something that you got a different set of teams in it this year.
But my thing is if you get 2 SEC schools in there and Alabama wins, you just go like, well, Alabama always wins, so why expand it? Because it's not, you know. It's going to expand.
It is.
Because it has nothing to do with the on-field play. It's all about money. And they're going to need more of it.
Yeah, and
that's just the way it is.
If they do it correctly, they'll be making a shitload of it.
Yeah, they just need to hire somebody from the front office of the fucking NFL and say, hey, can you come down and help us clean this up a little bit?
Just a little bit. Oh, yeah.
But to me, if I wonder this because I'm not, I know we all know people that are fans of SEC teams, but we don't, there are people in Ohio that are those fans.
And you don't know if they're actually fans or they just hate Ohio State.
Yeah. You don't live down the SEC because I wonder that of when their team's not in it.
Yeah.
So would us SEC fans root for Alabama just so the SEC wins?
Well, I know an SEC fan because we talk about him a lot on here. He's obviously a Florida fan. He wants Georgia to just absolutely get fisted by everybody.
Yeah, and I understand that.
But I also feel like he wants Alabama to win just because it is the SEC.
Yeah.
And
that was my question of A lot of people I know don't want Michigan to win just because they hate Michigan. Mm-hmm. But do people like that are fans of Indiana want Michigan to win so the Big Ten wins?
Yeah.
Like, is it, hey, because it's the SEC of like, are you a fan of, like, once your team doesn't have a chance, are you pulling for an SEC team no matter who is in it? Are you pulling for your conference?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've never heard anybody really talk about that.
I know, like, him being a Florida fan, he obviously hates Georgia. You know what I mean? Just because it's their rivalry.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's it. But yeah, I don't know anybody else who, like, I don't know any Purdue fans are like, yeah, go Michigan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Well, see, and that'd be a tough one to ask for him, too, because he hates Georgia. But if Georgia wins and, say, Cincinnati shocks the world, is he rooting for Cincinnati? But he's also a guy that lives in Ohio.
Yeah, but I don't think he has any care about the Ohio schools. I mean,
but would he root for Georgia because of SEC to beat?
No, he would probably still root for Cincinnati just because of his hatred for Georgia. Okay. I would assume.
That's a question that, we live in Big Ten country, so you don't know. And most of the people that are fans of Michigan here, it's more of a hate Ohio State as opposed to giant fans of Michigan.
Michigan, yeah. I know a lot of Michigan fans, and most of them have some kind of tie to being born in the state of Michigan.
Right.
Or have the original person who got them to like Michigan's brother hated or loved Ohio State, so they liked Michigan. It's something, so that way that's why my father was a Steelers fan, because everybody else in his family was Browns fans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that comes up with that, because that strikes me as odd, too. Like, your dad was a Steelers fan because everybody's a Browns fan, but you're a Denver fan.
Well, the very first football game I ever watched of Denver play, they beat the Browns. So, ever since then, it was kind of like, well, this is why my dad doesn't like the Browns. I just watched the team beat the Browns. It'll be my team. Yeah. Plus, I like the logo on their helmets.
Yeah.
I mean,
mine was
five.
Obviously my dad was a big Bengals fan. And when I'm 7, 8 or whatever, I can remember watching a part of a game. The Bengals were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, little did I know that buying my fanhood right there would come for another 20-some, 30 years of,
mediocrity.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that was mine. One, the logo really got me. I don't know why I like that, because I fucking hate horses.
Horses.
I don't know why I liked the Broncos. But I watched John Elway play one game.
Yeah.
And
said, I like them teeth.
I guess. I don't know. My quarterback growing up was Brian Greasy and Jake Plummer, though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Greasy was literally the first Broncos quarterback. I had a Brian Greasy jersey, number 14.
Nice.
Yep. Then I had
it's like the only one.
Yeah. I had the Jake the Snake one. Yeah.
He was big coming out of college. They played Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. David Boston caught that touchdown to beat him.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, David Boston's arms got like 7 times bigger. But he wasn't on anything. Like when he was in the NFL, I was like, hey, man.
When his last years with the Dolphins, he was fucking massive.
His biceps as big as your head.
I know.
Of like, hey, are we testing?
Yeah.
Or are we not?
No, we're just going to let it go? He looks like a linebacker and he plays receiver.
Yeah, he's super fast. I mean, that was always when did you lift yourself out of the league because you can't get your arms up to catch anything over your head anymore? Or?
Did you just jump over that person?
Yeah.
All right, so we both have Alabama winning the whole thing?
Yeah.
All righty, let's move on.
Let's move into the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm talking about logos, though. I'm sure you've seen about that, like the little viral thing of the Browns logo.
Yeah, the
looking
rabbit.
like a rabbit pushing a shopping cart, and then you look at it and go, yeah, I kind of see that.
It took me almost 4 hours to see it.
Really?
I did not fucking get it.
Did you? You didn't know where you look like?
I didn't know where to look.
About the face mask.
I couldn't get the perspective. Like you know what I mean? I literally had to side eye it, like out of my peripheral, and I went, "Oh shit, yeah, there it is." I mean, it took me a long time to see it because I was like, "He's a fucking idiot," and then it kind of got curiosity. I'm like, "Well, if he saw it, I might as well look at it, to see if I can see it." I mean, it took me forever. I'm just like staring at my phone, like trying to get at different angles. I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
but I do now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny.
Well, because the original one was like, "Oh, my brother walked in and said, why does that rabbit pushing a grocery cart have -6?" because it was the football and
Yeah.
it had the ball. I'm like, what a fucking, because all it said to me was like, man, this guy hates football. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's the only thing I thought. Like, he doesn't care.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny. And it does look like it once you see it. It's like, kind of does.
I do get it now.
I always love those memes too that came out. It's like every NFL team should just have their logo on the side of their helmet, and then it's a Browns helmet with a logo of a helmet.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the Steelers one, just has it on one side of the helmet either.
There's a story behind that.
Well, it's the steelworker thing. They only have one logo on the side of their hard hat.
Yeah, but
there's more to it.
There's more to it as far as the Steelers helmet is concerned.
Oh, okay.
And it could be complete bullshit, but I heard it from George, and he's balls deep in Steelers.
You're right, he is.
History.
Yeah.
When they came up with that logo, and they were going to use it, they had to paint. At that point in time, you still had to paint the logos on. They painted it on the one side, and they were drying, and they didn't have enough time to paint the other side.
Oh.
So they used them in the game and won. So hey, that's just it.
Yeah. Okay.
That could be bogus, but that's a story he told me.
If George said it, it's probably true.
I feel, because he's pretty deep into Pittsburgh stuff. So that's the story I was told. I never looked into it. I just took it as gospel.
Yeah, no, I bet that's right. I don't think that seems like a pretty far-fetched story to make up too.
Yeah. But then again, when you think about it, like being kids and stuff, like when your dad would tell you something and you just rolled with it for your whole life, and then you say it and people's like, no, that's not true.
That's not true.
Like,
yeah.
What? Fucking lied to me?
This whole goddamn time?
Yeah. So I love thinking about that, like shit you were lied to as a child that you just rolled with as being gospel. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, the internet didn't exist, so nobody could call you on that shit.
Nobody could fact check
you can now.
Yeah. Yep.
But over the weekend, might as well start off with the Bengals.
Yeah.
Dog walking the Ravens.
Yeah.
Now the Ravens are down everybody, but you're still an NFL team. So
I mean,
that's just the way it goes.
You could tell there was a little bit of animosity there with them throwing the ball as much as they did with, fourth quarter. This guy can't get hurt or your season's done.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's kind of a, hey man, he's been hit like on 3 straight plays. 4 minutes left, you're up 20.
Still a divisional game and you're throwing the ball, they're going to try to hurt you. I don't care. Quit doing that. That's shit that's going to get you injured in the NFL.
Yeah. But it was, because I seen a lot of Ravens fans like, well, we didn't have our quarterback and we were down this many players. Like, I don't care, but how about when it was in Baltimore a month and a half ago and you got dog walked by 20?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
don't get me wrong.
I understand you're on your 9th running back.
No,
I get it.
I get it too. Your team is very depleted.
The fact that you won 8 games,
is very awesome. The Bengals are a good football team, so it's not and it's very hard for Ravens fans, Steelers fans to understand that you guys may not be the top dogs anymore. Like, the Bengals are a very solid football team.
Their defense is good.
Yes. It is. Their defense is very good. They have a lot of young talent on that defense. Their offense is getting good. What they need is just way better offensive linemen.
Field Yates put that stat out. So Burrow has thrown for over 4,000 yards. Mixon has rushed for over 1,000 yards. Jamar Chase has got over 1,000 yards receiving. T. Higgins has over 1,000 yards receiving. First time in NFL history that's happened for a team where all the players are 25 years or younger.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Now it's as a Bengal, you're like, hey, it's go time.
Yep.
Now, if now's the time that you do all the shit to, hey, you got to, because
your window's closing.
Yeah, you got Mixon going to be coming up, and now you're going to have to start paying people, and then this goes away.
Yep.
I mean,
I'll say this: if the Bengals had, I don't know, an average just a slightly above average offensive line, they may have 2 losses.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately. How many games the Browns game couldn't keep clean?
Yeah.
They ate him alive. He also made some
Jets game.
Couldn't block anybody.
You could have won the Packers game, but like the Packers missed a lot of kicks too. So
I mean,
that's one of those ones where it's like, who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, seriously though.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that the first couple games, first half of the season where Joe Mixon was irrelevant was because he didn't trust his offensive line to block.
Yeah.
So if you have guys who do it, now you're even better because, I don't have to throw the ball 40 times a game. I can give it to this guy half of those. Yeah. They're a very, very solid football team.
Yeah.
And
you're going to find out a lot this week.
The Steelers, the Ravens are in trouble. One, people have figured out Lamar. They just have. At some point in time, you're going to. But he hasn't been healthy.
And you have to question this too. Hey, you're running quarterback and you have a nagging ankle injury. Is this just a this year thing, or are we at that Michael Vick stage of like you pull up lame every year?
Yeah,
and he doesn't take the hits that Vick does.
No.
But
no,
hey, you can only make so many cuts at 87 mile an hour. Without your ankle just going. Nope, we're done.
Yes,
but
seriously though, they figured. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to run your same run scheme when you don't have running backs that know it. So I get that point, but it seems slightly figured out a little bit. Pittsburgh, you guys are in dog shit deep water because you have no quarterback.
And that did come out that Ben's pretty sure that this is going to be his last home game.
It should be.
Yeah, 100% he's there. Like he's done. He sees
he's
it.
Done.
I can't do this.
Yeah, he's done.
But that's one of those ones too of like, hey man, there ain't any in the draft for you.
No, you either try to pick up somebody or you're losing majority of your games next year with Rudolph.
Nah, he's done. They're going to cut him.
Hope so.
They should, because they need to sign somebody. What they need to do is sign a veteran, and if you want to take that, because that guy from Pitt might be hanging around and if you feel good, but usually they don't. That was the thing too. I'd heard they don't draft a lot of guys from Pittsburgh.
No, well, they passed up on fucking Dan Marino.
Yeah, but that's just something they do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, but just saying the AFC North is turning the tide a little bit, and I'm not saying that the Browns are completely out of it. They're just so wildly inconsistent.
You don't know what Baker is.
Exactly.
He's been hurt all year. I mean,
but they're just they're wild. They're so far in the fucking spectrum of we're really, really good, and we are just old school Browns.
Well, and that's the thing too of everybody's like, oh, they got to make the decision on Baker. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They have an option here.
Yeah,
they don't have to do anything. They just pick up the option and just which they already did.
Yeah. You decide that year 3.
Yeah, we don't need to do anything.
No, he's going to play out this contract.
Play out his contract,
and then
he'll be a free agent.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can do what you want. Then
you take that gamble of if he has a big year. Well, now you owe me 40.
What if you're worth it? You're worth
it. He's not going to be that guy, but there ain't nobody for them to find. But you could see it flipping of hey, all of a sudden the Bengals are the class of the AFC,
and now you have. Even if and I'll say this, if you can get with the Browns consistency out of Baker, because I don't think he's terrible.
No,
I don't think he's terrible. I think that, and I don't know what's in Stefanski's head, but the amount of times that they've stopped trying to run the ball against the Ravens, 7 times.
Well, you're at the 50-yard line against the Packers with 1:20 left and 3 timeouts, and all you need is a field goal, and then you ran the ball to get to that point, and then you stopped.
What are you doing?
Now that I think we can both agree that if that guy doesn't tug him, he's making that catch and they're in field goal range.
Yes, 100%.
That was 100% a pass interference.
Yeah,
the guy he pulled him backwards.
Yeah, he did. And spun him around.
Yeah.
They definitely a missed call, but. It's just stuff like that. You ran the ball to get there. I think you threw one pass.
Yeah.
It was a 4-yarder out. I don't know. I just, the inconsistency of that way. Last year, that's all you did. You fed off of your running game. This year, I don't know if you thought, well, teams are going to figure it out. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter because your offensive line is fantastic. Your 2 running backs are fantastic. I hope they get in the playoffs. I really do.
I do too.
I hope they.
I hope they don't actually, because if they do, that means the Bengals aren't.
No, there's a possibility the Bengals slide.
It'd be tough.
The Bengals are. The Bengals have a better shot to make the wild card
than the Browns do. Yeah,
the Browns
they already have 9 wins. The Bengals need to. For the Browns to win it, they need to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to beat Pittsburgh this week and beat the Bengals, and they need the Bengals to get beat by Kansas City.
Which the the Bengals,
which is totally possible.
Yes, the Bengals can get beat by Cincinnati and still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they are Cincinnati, but
sorry, it's the Chiefs. They get beat by the Chiefs and still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
because it's like the Chargers. They're a fucking stupid loss last week away from not being in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and they have to play my team, and then they have to play the Raiders, or they play the Chiefs again. They play the Raiders again in week 17.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could definitely lose another one or the last two. Now, the one team that's scary for some reason is the fucking Dolphins. Why are they playing good football right now? That's so wild. They won 7 straight.
And that could come to an end this week.
100%. I mean,
but you can talk about this with the AFC North. There's 2 games left in the season, and all 4 of the teams are fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
But can also have a situation where they only get 1. And that's probably the more likely that the Bengals win the division and nobody else gets in.
Yeah, I would say that's probably
it's not in my picks here. That's not how I have it, but that's...
Yeah. So we decided, do you want to do since we're talking about the playoffs, you want to go to the playoffs first?
Because you're saying who are your wild teams?
Cards in the AFC and NFC. Yeah. I'll go first. My AFC. I think I looked at schedules. I did a little bit of my research here. I think the Bills win their division. I think the Patriots are a wild card. I think that the Colts are a wild card.
Yeah.
I think the Titans end up beating the Dolphins this week, clinch the division, and ultimately clinch their playoff spot once they win the division. So I think the Colts, I have the Patriots and the Colts as there. The third one is a toss-up for me because it is so close.
Well, this is going to be where we differ because we have the first 2 the same.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to happen because I picked 2. And I don't know why I picked 2. I have the Raiders or the Dolphins.
Really?
Yes. The Raiders are playing stupid good football right now.
Yeah, I understand.
And they don't play the Chiefs in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They can win. They can win these next 2 games and, get that wild card spot. I don't know. But the Dolphins, I can also see them because Tennessee has played shitty. They got beat by Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's
still
terrible.
Have to play New England.
Yeah. But that would
they got to play the Titans in New England.
Yeah.
It's a tough go for the
It's a tough
Dolphins.
go.
I mean,
that's why I picked 2. But that's why I picked 2. Like, Raiders are my first choice.
Yeah.
But, like, Mac Jones has regressed these last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, people got a book on him.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very simple offense right now.
Here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the Mac Jones regression or whatever, it's just a rookie wall, whatever you want to do. You'd rather that happen a month ago as opposed to right now.
Yeah.
But here's one for you. Outside of the bullshit game in Buffalo, name a playoff team that New England's beat.
Oh, I don't know. Probably none. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's exactly right, Seth.
Yeah. I mean,
there's not one team outside of the Bills in a 50-mile-an-hour wind game that is currently in the playoff picture that the Patriots have beat.
And
are they
legit? Who knows?
Yeah, you don't know.
But it's literally the simplest offense I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But it has to be because you're getting him ready. They didn't expect to be where they're at right now.
No.
But they also didn't know their schedule either.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus, hell, you should have beat Dallas. I mean, however many months back in early October, you should have beat Dallas then. But they went on like that 3-game losing streak. It was like, oh, it's 6 points or 3, you know what I mean? And then, plus their division sucks. You can beat Miami. You can beat, I don't know. It's, but I lean towards more of the Raiders. I think the AFC West gets 2 teams in. Yeah. And I don't think it's the Chargers.
Well, see, the Chargers was one of my other teams that I was thinking of. And I'm going to go, even though we just spent a lot of time saying all the reasons why they should be losing.
Yeah.
But I think the Ravens sneak in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
they already have 8 wins. So if they get to 9, and you get some teams that just split, because they own some tiebreakers.
They do.
I mean,
from
basically
earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my In fact, John Harbaugh, I mean, you'd say the Harbaugh family is weird as shit.
Yeah, I love John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh coached some football.
I fucking love John Harbaugh. I do. The fact that he has this many wins with a roster that is completely depleted is fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah. Nobody else can do that because the greatest coach of all time in the NFL had the exact same issues last year and had 7 wins. So I can't. It's really, really awesome that they can do that and obviously have all those injuries. You obviously said
they play the Rams this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are they? They are 8-7, so it could be 8. Who do they play? They play Pittsburgh the last week of the season.
Mm.
And the Rams have been
yeah.
So if they squeak one out, and then I mean, you could realistically have them at 10 wins.
Yeah.
Because chances are the Steelers aren't beating. I mean, they don't hardly the last few years they don't really beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Steelers are little.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like. But then again, I kind of thinking about that of like, hey, the Chargers play Denver, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
That loss to the Texans really threw a wrench in things for the Chargers.
Yes, it did
because they were a lock.
Yeah, they
almost.
were. The Ravens. You bring up a really good point, and I kind of wrote them off because Lamar still isn't practicing.
He did yesterday.
He did not practice today.
Oh, he's off today.
He was off today.
So, well, then that tells you something.
That's what I mean. So he practiced yesterday, and he still isn't feeling good. Huntley did get released off of the COVID list.
Yeah.
And he played well against the Packers.
He was great.
Now, I love the gutsy call.
Yeah.
Because, one, you're not... I think they should have kicked it against Pittsburgh because you can beat Pittsburgh in overtime.
Right.
You're not beating Green Bay in overtime.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I get the Green Bay call, the Pittsburgh call.
The Pittsburgh one was kind of dumb because Justin Tucker's about as automatic as it gets.
Yeah.
Kick that one, go play the extra innings, and go win the football game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% agree with the Packers one because you're not beating Aaron Rodgers in overtime. I think that Pittsburgh loss, if they beat Pittsburgh, they're probably still winning the division.
Yeah.
And not Cincinnati. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets fun. But you bring up a really, really good point. I wrote them off because I was just thinking.
You kind of, the way the Bengals beat them and stuff like that, you forget that they already have 8 wins.
Yeah.
Like if they just get to 9, anything
can happen.
All right, we'll go to the NFC, and I'll do this one. I don't know we're going to see this weekend. Jimmy G said he's planning on playing.
Yeah, with the thumb or pinky or whatever it is.
I think the 49ers can sneak in. One that I don't feel confident about but they've already got 11 wins as the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they're going to get in.
Yeah.
So I guess you're going to find out a lot because they play Dallas this week. So you're going to see, hey, are you getting dog walked again? I mean,
yeah.
I know Hopkins is great.
Yeah.
But was he your whole team? I mean.
Yeah, I know it's.
But the 49ers, I think, can sneak in. But, if Jimmy G can't, because we don't know, I mean, is Trey Lance dog shit? The fact that your quarterback has a chipped thumb and a torn UCL in his joint of his thumb on his throwing hand, and it sounds like he's going to be the starter.
Yeah. I don't think they have any confidence in Trey Lance right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's dog shit.
Yeah. Well, right now.
Right now, yeah, I think he's dog shit.
Yeah.
I don't think they have enough confidence in him. I mean, honestly, they may re-sign Jimmy G.
Yeah.
For a year.
Could.
Give him a year again and help, you know what I mean? Because if they're, like you said, if he's that fucking hurt to where, and people don't understand, if you have a hand injury, you know how throwing hand and how hard it is to grip a football?
I don't. I've never.
You've never thrown a football?
I have, but I've never had injured hands.
I'm just saying. But
this masturbation problem.
Get strong hands.
I pulled a finger. I put it in my butt.
I mean, it makes it.
They're not. That's going to get clipped. They're not even going to hear what you're laughing at right now. As I whispered that.
But it's difficult, and he can't start. So yeah, I mean, it's.
Now you ready? You're good. I don't know how you're going to feel about this.
I guarantee it's the same one I have.
Eagles?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So I
They're
had
fucking flowers, man.
I had the exact same 3.
Yeah.
And it's you made points about them. The rest of the NFC's shit. That's why I have those 3 in there.
The NFC is not like the AFC is.
No, the
everybody's
Eagles,
in the game.
The Eagles are playing such good football right now. They're playing such good football right now that a first-year defensive coordinator is in the pool to be a head coach next year.
And are they done with Dallas?
Yeah.
So they either play the Giants or Washington.
They're playing Washington this week, and then they don't have a divisional game the following week.
They don't?
I don't think so.
So, I mean, you're looking at, like, there's a pretty good chance the Eagles can be in there.
Yeah, and I have the Eagles. I have the Niners. I have the Cardinals. You don't win 11 games and that bad. You know what I mean?
But they kind of are now because they started at 10-0.
Yeah.
And they're one.
They've fallen off.
5.
But you see it sometimes.
Yeah,
they
happens.
got hit with the injury bug.
What?
And they went through
your quarterback was off for a month.
And they kind of went through a rough stretch there too.
Yeah. Here's the one to think about.
Sorry, they are not done with the Cowboys. I thought they were.
They played Cowboys last week.
Yeah, last
Cowboys
week.
are
they're going to rest. Yeah, they're going to rest.
So you're not starting Dak that game.
Cannot imagine them playing any of their starters
because Dallas is clinched, so they have their division game, and they're not. There's no way because
Dallas plays.
Dallas can't catch Green Bay to get the bye.
Nope.
So
yeah, there's no reason to play.
They won't play them.
Yeah. So
they get 2 wins.
Yep. And go 10-7 and get the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, the way that Jalen and them go.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you get to host a home game, and we got the Eagles coming in. Yeah, but when they run the ball for 220 yards a game, do you think that's an easy out if you're the Rams or if you
Yeah.
That I mean, I wouldn't want to play them because
Yeah,
and
that's tough.
Still think they suck.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
But
now the only issue, or I should say, not an issue. The only thing that is going to the Vikings could sneak in. I don't see them beating Green Bay this week, but because it's in Green Bay, they just don't fucking lose when they're in Green Bay.
Yeah, and would that lock up home field for them?
Yeah, believe so. Let me double check.
Pretty close too.
Yeah, they play the Lions. They're going to lock up home field because there's another playoff team. Minnesota beating Chicago in Week 17. They would need somebody. They would obviously need Philadelphia to drop one. Right. That's who they're competing with.
Yeah. And this is Mike Zimmer's job. This game against the Packers is for Mike Zimmer's job.
I really hope he gets fired. I mean, I love the guy. That's why I hope he gets fired, because I hope then Denver fires their guy and we sneak him over.
For a D coordinator? You don't see a lot of fire head coaches go right back to head coaches, man.
You do not. But I think he's that.
Because I would see him get fired, take a year off.
I can see that
model
too.
Girlfriend that he has.
Yeah, she's good looking. I see him getting fired, and I see him bringing Kirk with him. Because Patton was the Broncos GM was the Vikings assistant. So
yeah. Well, but they might clean house because they're selling.
They might.
You might have Peyton.
Yeah, he could.
He wants to get into ownership.
Yeah.
And he showed interest in now. I don't know who fronts him the money because it's not like he's got $4 billion.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There was rumors that Bezos.
He said no.
Did he say no?
Yeah.
I saw rumors. Because the daughters of Bolins don't want it.
Done.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see that sell, and whatever's going on with the Chargers, because their family is fighting.
Yeah.
That half of the family wants them to sell it, and there's one sister that wants to keep it, but then it's like two of them want to sell, and one of them wants to keep it, and they're fighting on who gets to make the decision. So,
yeah,
I would freaking buy the Chargers and move them to St. Louis.
Yeah, God, that'd be cool.
St. Louis needs a team.
Yeah, they do. They already have a fucking stadium. There's no.
Well, the reason that they left was because that stadium's falling apart.
Well, that's fine.
But I think they would build one.
Yeah.
But they need a team.
You say Nashville? Were you going to say Nashville?
That'd
be cool.
Have a second one?
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about like the next team that moves of like San Antonio being that. I don't know there's any way that Jerry and them let another team in Texas. Oklahoma City's a thought, though, because they follow their sports.
Yeah, they do. They love their fucking basketball team. They love the basketball team. Imagine putting an NFL team
came in there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's just too much in LA because the Chargers are good, and they can't sell anything out because they're the Chargers. You're not the Rams.
Yep.
You were the second person to the town. Couldn't sell a soccer stadium last year. It only held 40,000 people. Okay, so your next question that you teched through your prep work that you did.
Yeah.
Who's the hottest team?
Hottest team in the NFL right now.
Yeah. I think there's an obvious answer, which is why I'm not giving that for mine.
I think we can both say the obvious answer is the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Well, I mean, the obvious is the Packers are the hottest team because they're, but
to hottest to me, and I get it, the Packers have won it. Yeah, turning the tide. Like somebody to me would say, who's the hottest team? Somebody you don't really want to play right now.
Yeah, it's Colts.
Colts. I mean, they're rolling now.
They've realized let's just let this kid run the ball because it seems like if he gets 100 yards, we win because we're 8-0 when he rushes for 100 yards.
Yeah. All those Wisconsin running backs. And
you have one. How are you feeling about him?
I love our run game.
He's been doing okay this year. Usually he's garbage, but
but there's he's not the main star. The rookie does a really good job too. So they do a nice little 1-2 punch.
They're tag teaming.
The Dolphins were mine that I put down.
Yeah,
7 in a row.
When I said obvious, I meant the Packers.
I know.
And then the Colts is what I have written down as the
Colts. The Colts.
I love the Indianapolis Colts.
They were the obvious choice to me because the Packers are too obvious.
Yeah.
It's almost like, hey, who do we give Tom the MVP every year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously the Packers, they're fucking fantastic. The Colts were the obvious team to me just because of they're the most besides the Titans, they're the most blue-collar, winningest, boringest fucking team ever, and they're just winning football games, and it pisses me off so bad. But the Dolphins were mine. I wrote them down.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm a huge Brian Flores fan.
Well, they started off 1-7,
but
now they're 8-7.
I'm a huge fan of his. You don't see that turn around in the NFL.
No.
Never. What's the percentage of a team losing their first 4 out of their 5 games that you don't make the playoffs? Now they're in contention. They're like this. I think they're the 8th seed as it lines up right now. You don't see that now. I mean, but their schedule wasn't good people were like, oh, it's who they play. Their schedule wasn't good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
they didn't play anybody that was any good. I like him. I like a lot of I don't know. It is weird to see that happening in the NFL. Once you kind of hit that losing streak, you just keep on going.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's because you want a better draft pick or whatever, but I don't know. I like the guy and I like what they're doing. And Tua has kind of came into his own these last couple weeks, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it was maybe that his hip is finally okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he's finally 100% healthy.
Instilled a little confidence in him of, hey, we're not trying to
get rid of you.
Since the deadline's passed, we can't get Deshaun in here this week.
Exactly. But he's playing really good football.
There's a storyline that has fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm. We knew that.
At all.
We knew that was going to happen.
Because games are what matters.
Playing, yeah. And no sentence has been announced.
Yeah.
Literally nothing, negative or positive, has happened. But yeah, the Dolphins are my hottest team in the NFL.
All right. MVP. Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even.
Hold on. It's not even close to you and I.
It's not even close.
To you and I, it's not even close. Tom Brady's numbers are absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He has now. It's tough. It's tough to me because I think Rodgers deserves it. But you're not giving it to him 2 years in a row.
Well, they're not giving it to him because of what he said.
Yes.
Because it's voted on by sports writers, so they won't give it to him. But he is the MVP.
Yeah.
The stat yesterday that was making the rounds, touchdowns per interception.
Yeah, it was absolutely just an anomaly.
Kirk Cousins is in second place with 4 touchdowns to every interception he throws. Aaron Rodgers in first place with 16.5 touchdowns per interception. The ball is the game.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. He is the guy.
The fact that Kurt is doing that is fantastic in itself.
Yeah. Now, granted,
yes,
his are always in the
garbage.
They were trying to throw his interceptions are always hey, we really need a touchdown here. Well, let's throw it to the fucking linebacker. Or the one the shovel pass off the running back's back into the linebacker's hands. Of like, hey, what are we doing there?
Yeah.
But it's so not close. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I think Tom's going to win it.
I think Tom's going to get it.
And you can make an argument for Jonathan Taylor, but here's where
go ahead. Go into yours.
Here's where I'll give you the pushback because I have him as an award. The next one we're going to do, and I'm guessing you probably do too.
I do as well.
The pushback that I give you is 2 games after Derrick Henry was hurt, he was still leading rushing in the NFL.
He's still top 5.
He hadn't played for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And was still leading. So I understand Jonathan Taylor's leading the NFL in rushing, but Derrick Henry's not playing.
Well, Derrick Henry hasn't played since week 5 and is still top 5 in rushing in the NFL.
Yeah, 900 and some yards.
Yeah.
Which sucks because he was, that 2 bills was there.
It was easy to get. My OPY is Jonathan Taylor too. I like him getting that award, and I'll explain on the next one. Running backs don't get any credit anymore.
No,
and it's all about running the football. You just said it. The football is the name of the game. Who keeps the football out of the other team's hands? A fucking running back. A good running back who gets you positive yardage every time. The guy's averaging almost 4 yards a carry for the season. Yeah. Guy's fantastic.
Well, and that shows like even a couple weeks ago. Now, I hadn't in the last 2 weeks, but I love Joe Burrow. But boy, he was turning the ball over a shit ton, and I think still leads the league in interceptions.
I think he does too.
Hey, Joe, at some point, the ball's game.
Mm-hmm.
If you have it, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. You win the game if
they have it. Try to get it. Yeah. That's the game.
Yep. The defensive player of the year to me it's crazy. I hate when it goes to a pass rusher. One, don't get me wrong. Somebody has fucking 20-some sacks. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's so much more that goes into a defense than just a pass rusher. Yeah. But we've supersized sacks so much that that's what anybody sees anymore.
Right. But it's one of those things too. Of you can't just call it a stat or a sack statistic because it is hurries.
Yes,
if you can put pressure on the quarterback, it changes the game. That's what I mean.
My defensive player of the year is Myles Garrett.
Okay,
there's not a weakness in the guy.
Yeah,
and he is the most, in my eyes, the most consistent. All through run, pass, whatever he gets held all the fucking time and doesn't get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's quiet. He is consistently dominant. I like Myles Garrett in that. I don't know. I'm off the Aaron Donald train. The guy's an absolute stud.
Yeah.
But teams can scheme around a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
It's hard to scheme around Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Even though, you have another guy on the other side, the guy still has, I think he leads the league in hurries, and I think him and TJ Watt are right up there with each other, and he's like 3rd in sacks.
Well, I mean, and you mentioned the one, I didn't put TJ in there, and he's probably the leader.
Sack leader.
He's probably the leader as far as Vegas is concerned or whatever.
Probably, yeah.
And you think about that, he's sack leader, and he's missed games.
Yes.
I think
he's missed 3 games.
Now, I went a different route. Now, here's one, because he will be not the guy I picked, but he might win it, would be Diggs, because he's got 11 interceptions. But the problem is, he doesn't really have a lot of other stuff.
Yes.
And he gets thrown out a bunch because he gives up yardage.
And I like him. I think he's a solid corner. My issue with him is all of his interceptions, people threw it right fucking to him.
Yeah, which, hey, that doesn't matter.
That does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because you're in the position to be there.
He has more interceptions than a lot of receivers have catches.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to...
But then again, but he also gets targeted more than the other guys on his team.
Yep.
Which means you
people
get targeted, because he gives up yardage.
Yeah.
Like, he gets burnt.
Uh-huh.
But the guy I picked, and it will not happen, fucking Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
That's a guy that starts his rookie season as an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah.
And a guy gets hurt, and they say, hey, I know you've not done it since, like, high school, but any chance you can go jump down to end and pass rush? And it's like third in sacks.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's just he's been asked to do multiple things to the point where when he was off ball, he was fantastic in coverage.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And now you're getting down to, hey, in your first year, you might be the best pass rusher in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's some fellas around there, like the Bosa brothers and stuff of like, this guy, he's succeeding at a high level doing a job that he doesn't know how to do yet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He has not perfected his...
He won't win that.
No.
Because he's a rookie.
Yeah, he'll win the
rookie defensive player of the year. But little respect there of like, this guy's a rookie and changed position after 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, he's wonderful.
I think he gets talked about, but I don't think he gets talked about enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a good one. And I wouldn't have thought of that one because, like you said, he's a rookie, so it wouldn't have crossed my mind to do that. He's probably going to win Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, that's why he won't win the MVP, and it's probably going to be T.J. Watt. And they haven't shut him down yet, have they? So if he plays and if he gets 20 sacks, he's going to win it.
Yeah.
Or if Diggs gets another pick, he's going to win it.
Yeah.
I think we picked 2 guys that have no chance to win it.
Yes, but it's my eyes of I want somebody who's dominant and consistent. The bad part is
tried to murder somebody.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I want my defensive guys attempting to murder the other quarterback.
I just don't like the 1 year wonders of this guy had 19 and a half sacks 1 year, but what else has he done? Like Myles Garrett is an absolute fucking stud. Micah Parsons is becoming
Hendricks from Cincinnati.
Hendricks from Cincinnati is a stud. I think he was like 3rd or 2nd last year in sacks and hurries. I mean, he doesn't wear gloves, so he sucks, but...
I don't get that.
How do you not wear gloves? What are you, Eric Weddle?
Your whole job is running your hands pretty much through people's face masks.
Yeah, and cloth and grabbing
and
things.
And I didn't play much. I'm not much for the footballer.
Mm-hmm.
But even just the buckles for the shoulder pads when you hit one of those with your finger when you're trying to chest punch somebody is enough to make you cry.
Yes.
I mean,
I felt so naked if I didn't have a pair of gloves on.
Yeah.
And I didn't even like a lot of the linemen, especially in like the high schools, like one of like the big bulky ones. I wore receivers gloves because I just wanted something
so you're not peeling your skin.
Exactly. And I just wanted something that was just there. So it wasn't my hand on, another guy's stuff.
Yeah, I remember having this thought of, I only played 2 years before I switched to golf, but, and I spent a lot of time watching the game.
Yeah.
But I remember playing, like, obviously we were a very poor school.
Yeah.
But I remember playing against schools that actually had an athletic department that had some money behind it. And, like, you'd see their offensive linemen, how they had knee braces on each side.
Yeah.
And, like, none of our guys did, but these guys, like, boy, have they all been hurt? Because that's the thought process when you've never really seen it. And then you go, no, they wear that so they don't get hurt because they care about their players.
Yeah, exactly.
We only had 17 kids on the team, and nobody's wearing knee braces for protection.
Pussies. We're not pussies.
Hell, my sophomore year, the coach came out with no more visors. And the one guy only had one fucking eye. And he took his visor off of like, he was like, that's just fucking reckless.
Yeah. I mean, they're not playing with spoons out there, so you're fine.
Yeah, but it didn't take much for a finger to an eye. The guy was an offensive guard.
Yeah.
And a safety. Which is the greatest. That might be the greatest two-way player of all time. Or not a safety, he was a linebacker.
Yeah.
But he's an offensive guard and a linebacker that was good in coverage.
Yeah. Oh, man. Funny stuff.
He was 100 and you know how big he is as far as lifting weights goes. I mean, like, he's a built motherfucker.
Yeah.
But he's tiny.
Yes.
He's like 100 and I don't know, it was maybe 190, 185.
Yeah.
And the guy that played center was maybe 175.
Yeah. Oh, man. Small school football.
Yeah. The vaunted offensive guard to coverage outside linebacker combo.
Perfect.
Yeah, because it's 4-3. He was an outside guy. He wasn't in the middle.
Nice. Nice.
I need our offensive guard to go cover the running back in the flat.
That's funny.
Oh, great. All right, next up, the coach of the year. A lot of fucking candidates here.
A lot of candidates. And this, I'm not trying to guess. These are just mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to guess who actually wins. I think we've made that pretty clear with our other picks. I think coach of the year for me is I would probably give it to Vrabel. Is that going to be yours?
That's exactly what I wrote down. Yeah.
Now I have John Harbaugh was my second choice.
Yeah.
Just because of the amount of stuff that he has done with as little as he's had. To me, that's again fantastic.
Yeah.
People are going to bring up Flores because of what he's done over the last 7 weeks, which is fine.
Yeah.
But Vrabel lost 80% of his offense for over a quarter of the season.
Your number one wide receiver for multiple weeks.
Yeah.
And then your other receiver that I don't know if he's even on the team anymore that you traded for.
Yeah. Linemen that were out, defensive players that were hurt.
Left tackle's been in and out. There's no reason for them to be winning the division with everything they've lost.
No. And that's why
kind of the same thing. Same thing applies from Baltimore to Tennessee.
Yeah. And that's why he's mine.
Yeah.
He's just figuring out you see a lot of teams kind of play to what their coaches like. You just feel like that's him.
Yeah.
Like just mean, nasty, gritty. Yep. We're just going to punch in the fucking mouth and we're just going to roll with it.
Guy said he'd cut his penis off to win a Super Bowl as a coach.
Yes, he did.
So
he said those words. You were actually going to say Vrabel?
Yeah, that's what I have wrote down. Now, who I think will win if the Eagles get in, Sirianni's winning that coach.
I think LaFleur wins it.
But he's one that's like, well, you got Aaron Rodgers. But we're the dumpster fire that is Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
If they get into the playoffs, I feel like the writers are going to go, But
LaFleur has, say what you want. You've had a lot of, he was a first-year head coach. This is only his third year being a head coach.
Yeah.
Whether you have Rodgers or not, you're still winning 11, 12 games.
NFC championship games every year.
Every year. That deserves something. Yeah. And that's, I would say his first year they snubbed him. He probably should have won it his first year. Like, that's a whole change of tide and all that stuff.
And you know what? You might have swayed me there. Because, like, even if Sirianni and them make it, it would be, hey, don't give it to him because he's going to have to show me.
Mm-hmm.
Do it for multiple years before we give you this.
Yeah. That's why, LaFleur, he's done it, and I think he set records for the wins and stuff that he's had. And like I said, that's just, those are my guesses. Now, whether if Aaron stays or not next year, and if he leaves and they don't do that, whatever. But we're not talking about next year. We're talking about this year. So that's fine. That's why I think
they still haven't. They're possibly the best offensive tackle in the game.
Yeah.
Comes back.
I want him to come back so bad.
And their two best defenders could possibly come back. Like, three of their best players on their team have not played.
Yeah. I want them to have I want them to get a different defensive coordinator. I really do. Quit hiring your fucking buddies.
Yeah. And their special teams fucking sucks.
Oh, it's so bad.
I don't know.
So bad.
They gave up a 97-yard touchdown on a punt that hit the ground.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. And you guys ran in it's not like a fire drill in high school or whatever where you're running out in a single file. You should not be able to see your own player's name on the back of his jersey in punt coverage.
Nope. Everybody has a lane.
I put comeback player of the year, Dak.
Mine was Cup.
Okay. Either way.
Yeah. I'm good with either. Yeah. Quarterback's probably getting it because his injury was absolutely horrific. Cup towards ACL.
Yeah.
So, that's
either way.
I feel Kupp deserves something. I mean, he's putting up some fucking numbers.
Because that's one. And I want Jonathan Taylor to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue if Kupp does, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's earned it.
Yeah. So
those are mine.
Yeah. Yeah, because Dak, I mean, being a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved his answer of well, you're in a slump. He goes, I never said I was in a slump. You guys said we were in a slump.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What do you write now?
Uh-huh.
Also, with the Joe Burrow thing, I know he caught some shit from some people. Fucking loved it.
Though with the Wink warning.
Wink,
yeah.
Of and Wink said nothing wrong.
No.
It was a question based on how do you prepare for Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Would you do it kind of like with it was Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams. And he was referring to,
he was comparing Jamar Chase and Devontae Adams, and then Joe Burrow and Aaron Rodgers.
And he's like, well, I don't think we're putting a gold jacket on him yet like we are with Aaron because it's Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Yes.
And the fact that Joe Burrow heard that and goes, check.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Exactly.
That's everything you want.
Uh-huh.
If you watched Michael Jordan's documentary.
Yep, took that personal.
He took it personal.
Yeah, and he went and did something about it.
Like the Utah thing. When it turns out that wasn't even the guy.
No.
Well, he didn't come over and say hi to me. Fuck him. I'm going to hang 50 on the board next night. Like, wasn't even him.
Wasn't even him.
That coach wasn't in the restaurant that night.
Yep.
But hey
whatever.
That's all I need, pal.
Fuck him. Yeah.
Well, it's same thing, man in the arena stuff, like Tom Brady, of like, I love that little pettiness kind of chip of, hey, fuck you.
Uh-huh.
And they, people say, well, they got this money, they're not competitive. Yeah, they might be the most competitive.
100%.
I mean, it is.
Yes.
They're
the most competitive because it doesn't matter how much money you make or anything like that. Nobody wants their fucking name slandered because it's your name. It means something to you. So you're going to go out there and try your fucking best to do your best.
But the Joe Burrow thing was just like, that's the guy you want.
Uh-huh.
I mean, don't fuck it up, Cincy.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
will.
They'll find some way to fuck it up.
For sure will.
Yeah.
They are in a driver's seat, and I am not going to be shocked if they miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, they lose their last two games.
Oh, man.
They can still make it.
Did they play the Browns the last week?
Well, if the Browns beat Pittsburgh and beat Cincy, they win the division.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, at 9 wins for the Bengals, your coin toss. A lot of other teams got to do some shit.
Yeah. This is fun. These last 2 weeks are so
crazy.
Fun.
It just never happens.
I know. It's so cool.
The fact that only a couple teams have even locked up a playoff spot.
The fact that adding one game did this.
Yeah.
Because if it's not a third spot.
We're week 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
if you don't have that third spot, you're kind of already know who's in it.
Yeah, well, because if there wasn't an extra game, the Browns are out already. They're already eliminated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
it's cool. It's awesome. More
think about
football.
when, in 2 years from now, when they go to 18 games.
Yeah, I know.
Because that is in the agreement that they have that option to do that.
Yeah.
And let's see. Maybe we should just get a $150 billion deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Oh, oh man, it's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Because teams are going to want that anyway. Because you're fighting for buys now.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to when it was 6 teams, you have an even number now. Now 2 teams get buys.
Yeah.
One team gets the home field advantage.
Yeah.
The other team gets 2 seed gets a bye.
And that goes into the college thing of like, hey, when we say expand it to like 12 or whatever and give everybody the top 4 guys a bye, people think they ain't going to play for that?
Yeah, you don't think your regular season means something now?
You think Green Bay doesn't give a shit about a bye and having home field at Lambeau?
Yeah. Imagine playing.
Pretty big deal.
You don't want Alabama to have a home game?
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio, imagine Columbus.
Yeah.
A home game, a playoff game at home. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Michigan. Imagine the fucking big house, how fucking packed that place would be.
Yeah.
I mean, be crazy.
College football. Never listen to us.
Nope.
Got all the answers.
Yeah.
What did we do on picks last week? I didn't look it up.
You went 3-2 and I went 4-1.
You are an amazing football picker and quite sexy.
Oh, wow. I was expecting to get shit on. Thank you.
Why would I shit on you?
It's not called shitting. It's called pooping.
Pooping on. Speaking of bags of shit.
Is Russell? Is that what you're talking about?
Daryl.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Daryl. I know last week I am in dead last in the overall standings still after this week. This man who won this week, Daryl, fucking him. I had to text the motherfucker 20 minutes before kickoff to remind him to set his lineup because he forgot it was fucking Sunday and had to set his lineup.
Yeah. Because he's watching reruns of Judge Judy while he's from across the room in a corner tugging his tallywhacker. That's what he does on Sundays. Did you not know?
I mean, nope.
Should have.
I had to text him and remind him. I mean, I've never jerked off to Judge Judy, but...
Nobody has.
I mean, Judge Joe Brown's different, but sexier women on there.
Well, that could be a hate crime. You shouldn't do that.
Why?
He is African-American.
I'm not jerking off to him.
Oh, you're not?
No, the crazy Latinos that come on the show.
No. You got to do it to the judge. You need the person with the power.
Oh, that gets you power. Gets Daryl.
Yeah. TV judge. That's what grinds his gears. Daryl loves tugging his nuts to a Judge Judy when she gets fiery.
Yeah.
And starts yelling at somebody and rules in favor of the neighbor for $5. That gets him going. It's been a big problem.
Yeah.
With the family.
Yeah.
They have.
I'd hate to see the underside of the desk at the pro shop then.
No, it's a home thing.
Oh, it's a home thing.
And he doesn't do it like he doesn't sit in a chair. Like it's. Like he shuts all the lights off and puts it on the big screen. And then he goes like
to the back dark corner.
Well, yeah, and he stands in the corner, but like not facing into the corner, but like ass into the corner.
Yeah.
So his nuts are out.
Yeah.
And everybody can see it, but he thinks like with the shadows that maybe it, The
only thing I can picture is like walking down the stairs, seeing a there with pants around his ankles, watching Judge Judy.
I don't know. He didn't put his pants around his ankles. He all he does is he slides his balls out of the dick hole of his underwear. So he's still fully dressed.
I knew you meant underwear. I didn't think he slid them out of his own dick hole. It's a talent.
I've seen things that look at his house like glory holes. When they used to raise pigs, there was a hole in the side of that building. I don't know.
Oh, gosh. You really took a turn here with...
Hey, I just call it as I see it.
Oh, man.
And I told him that he was going to get shit on today.
Yeah.
But
you told everybody his secrets.
He's a nut tugger from way back.
Yeah. But fuck him for winning. I feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, and he showed me the text that you sent me today, and it's like when it says like 12:36 or 12:37 or whatever, that you didn't even have your lineup.
It literally, all it said was FanDuel. That's all he texted.
Yeah,
FanDuel.
And he throws in a winning lineup, and we haven't won a goddamn thing yet.
Oh my God. I am just fucking red and with anger and hate.
Who has not won? I haven't won.
Me, you.
You haven't won.
My buddy Tony.
Luke, obviously.
No, Tony won. Yeah. I can't even say shit. I'm dead fucking last.
I know.
Two dudes that Luke works with have not won. My uncle has not won. I don't think.
And everybody that besides Daryl, because he's a one-timer, one pump.
Yeah.
That's what he's got.
Yeah, one pump.
One in the chamber.
Yeah.
But I think everybody else has won multiple times. Like if you've won, you've won multiple times.
Yeah. I can't. Let's see here. I don't think I can go back and see who's won, but I can see the standings and see your best place. Lane has won 3 times. Brady twice. George twice. Your brother twice. Tony once.
Who's Tony?
My buddy I teach with.
Oh.
Daryl once. Spencer once.
Oh, so
Dylan
I didn't know
once.
Spencer won.
Yeah.
When did he win? Not doing his fucking job.
One of the dudes that Luke's worked with did win, and then that's it. So top 9 different people have won.
Oh my God, there's only 15.
I know.
Yeah, that's going to get clipped. That'll never make it into the show.
I hate my life. I hope they fucking heard it.
It didn't fucking last.
I'm still dead fucking last.
And you're the commissioner.
It says underneath my name, like it brags about it. Like, this fucker's not winning.
And you use the new logo. I use the old one.
Yeah, I'm shaming our new logo.
And by new, I mean it's like a year and a half old. I mean,
it's fancier.
The original shitty one that I did.
It's cleaner. It
is very clean.
Mm-hmm.
As far as fat bellies hanging over stuff with athletes, it's clean.
Clean.
Very clean.
Clean logo.
Unlike, Daryl watching Judge Judy, very unclean.
Yeah, very unclean.
I don't know why Judge Judy is...
His trigger?
Got drugged through the mud pie, but...
Yeah. She
likes butt fingering.
I guarantee she does. I bet she tells you how to do it.
Well, she has to. She's got a gavel.
Think she uses it to smack your ass?
I think she pegs people with it.
Which end? The gavel end?
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Oh, man. I want to make picks, but I don't know if we can continue after we just said pegging.
Wow, there's always time for pegging in the discussion.
Is there?
I mean, this is an internet show.
You're right.
If you're not
Googling pegging right now.
If you're not talking about nut tugging and pegging and involving Judge Judy in some nefarious tale, what are you doing on the internet?
Oh my God. There's a lot of things I look up on the internet. I'm going to now. I'm going to Google Judge Judy pegging and see what pops up.
I guarantee somebody's made something like that. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
There's got to be some Judge Judy smut out there.
Yeah. Why wouldn't there be?
It has to be. I mean, hell, there's freaking cartoons of like Lois Griffin getting railed by Brian.
Yeah.
That's bestiality.
It is.
That's a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? Somebody...
Even though I brought that up with the hole in the fucking...
Yeah, you fucking pigs.
Building.
Yeah. Kind of skipped over that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But, you see what you see.
Yeah, and he does what he does.
Well, I've been down to his house a couple times, and I gleaned all that from 2 visits.
Yeah. But Daryl winning really puts a damper.
Weird as he showed me the corner. This is where? Got like a little end table there with all his trinkets.
His fixins.
Yeah, it's not like lubes and stuff like that, but it's like a little like a ceramic frog that likes to watch. And a bobblehead dog that you click it and he just shakes his head yes.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I pictured the He's not green. It's one of those clear, like the clear glass ones. Yeah. If it's real fancy, it's not green. Just sits there.
I don't see it. I see it standing with his arms crossed.
It's a shame.
No. It was like he's holding a Bible.
Oh. Oh, God.
I can't believe I have to buy him a ceramic frog now.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait till somebody tells him about this.
Oh, God. I can't wait either.
There's no way he'll make it this far.
No, he gave up a long time ago.
I guess we're asking a lot that he could even work his phone to listen to it.
He didn't even know how to download it.
That's why he's still using the TV instead of his phone when he tugs his nuts.
He's also the guy where you show him a picture of 2 random people and he asks you, who are those people? I don't know, Daryl. It's just a meme. God. That fucking guy. He fucking beat us this week.
Yeah, bad. Well, not... I mean, he beat me bad. He beat me by double digits, but I was within striking distance.
Yeah, I wasn't even close. I'm dead last.
Yeah.
I think my best finish is 6th.
You know what his best finish is? All over the floor. Then the frog looks ashamed.
Yeah.
This is a fucking Roomba, though.
Yeah.
Let's make some picks.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, God. What a...
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to start you off right. You ready for this?
Do it.
Oh, man. This is a very, very important game for both teams, so I'm going to give it to you. Raiders, Colts. Raiders are +7.
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to take the Colts -7.
Carson Wentz is playing Sunday.
Yeah, I figured
His
that.
5 days were up Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's what we didn't talk about. They went to the 5 days.
Yeah.
And the people that are randomly selecting, seems like the random selections are happening on Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah.
So feels like nobody's going to be out for games for COVID anymore.
Nope.
They've kind of, CDC went to 5 games. All right, we're going to test on Monday, so even if you're positive, you can play on Sunday.
Yep.
So good job, NFL.
Yeah, they've done something right.
All right, I'm going to give you... I'll give you the Eagles at the football team, because normally we would laugh at this matchup, but it's a pretty fucking important one. And the Eagles are -3.5. It's at football team.
Yeah.
And here's one for that too, because I know they're narrowing down to give themselves a new nickname. Feel like it just rolls off the tongue now. I feel
football
like just stick with the football team.
I
But
think
they're going to change it to like the Cougars or the Frogs.
I'm telling the Washington Frogs.
Yeah,
not bad. I think the Wolves is pretty good.
Red Wolves was going to be a thing, so they keep the color scheme and then they can howl.
Yeah,
but
on third downs,
yeah,
like at the Jaguar Stadium.
It would be like how they used to do in like the program.
Yeah,
that was.
Yep. I think I'm going to go Eagles with the -3.5. If it was anything more, I probably would have went football team.
Yeah, and Heineke's kind of had some problems as of late. Plus, they're down a lot. McLaurin seems like every other game he doesn't play.
Yeah.
And Curtis Samuel's been out for a long time, hasn't he?
He hasn't played this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you Dolphins at the Titans. The Dolphins are +3.5.
I'm going to take the Titans -3.5. I think the Flores run is over.
Okay. I don't mind that pick. That's a closer spread than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of it, too. I know they've been on a run, but again, who have the Dolphins beat in this run? Not really anybody.
Not many people.
They beat the Jets. They beat, They
beat a quarterbackless Saints team.
Yeah. I'm going to give you the Rams at the Ravens. The Ravens are +4.5 at home.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Ravens plus the 4.5.
I mean, hell, every game that besides the Bengals game.
Yeah.
But if they have Lamar or Huntley back.
Yeah. I mean,
the other one, they've only lost by fucking 1 point in the last couple games. I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens plus the 4.5. Alrighty. I'm going to give you Giants at Bears. The Giants are +5.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Imagine the Bears being favored in a game. Oh. I know who I would go with.
I'm going to take the Bears -5.
That's shocking to me.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on either team.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Some asshole just gave you the game.
I mean, the thing I would be more apt to bet on is whether or not, the team bus gets on the wreck on the way to the fucking facility.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I mean, maybe fender bender, but...
Yeah, you're right. Nobody dies.
And they have a police escort. So how did this happen?
Yeah. Cop hit him. Cop was getting roadhead. What
was that with the... in Kansas City, there's a fucking police chase in the Super Bowl parade. I'm like, hey, how does this happen?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm going to give you the Cardinals at the Cowboys. Cardinals are +6 on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals on this one.
Got to get it done.
Yep. I'm going to take them with +6. I'm going to give you just I'm going to give you Vikings at Packers. Vikings are +7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell you what, because
tough one. Like Green Bay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Packers -7.
Okay.
I don't feel great. Like the Packers are going to win this game.
Yeah.
But boy, they let teams come right back into it.
They do. They let them hang around. Like games that you watch the whole game and it's like, boy, this is a blowout, and then you see the final score. It's like, well, they only won by 3. Yeah.
It's
so
like,
they dominate the whole game, but the scoreboard does not show it. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you, drum rolls, please. I'm going to give you the Chiefs at the Bengals. Chiefs are -5.5 in Cincy.
I'm going to go with the Bengals at the +5.5.
Yeah.
You're in Cincy. The Chiefs kind of have it. I know they haven't clinched, but they kind of do have it locked up.
Yeah.
The Bengals are playing very good football. I just think they can cover.
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah, I don't think Cincinnati beats them.
28-24, that's covering for me. I'm going to give you your last game.
I think that, step back on that, I think the Bengals cover, but I think it's a blowout and it's a late cover.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the Chiefs,
I think it's a double-digit win for the Chiefs, but the Bengals get a touchdown late that backdoor cover.
Yeah. I'll give you your last game here. I'm going to make it a doozy. Broncos at Chargers. The Broncos are +6.5.
Chargers minus the 6.5.
Yeah.
So I think Drew Lock might try to throw it through somebody.
God.
On a slant route.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a running back screen. Could you throw that 97 mile an hour from 4 yards? That guy.
Denver, they have 5 losses by 6 or less this year.
Yeah.
With a competent quarterback, you win at least half of those back.
Yeah.
They're the number 1. They have the number 3 defense in all of football. They lead the league in time of possession. They lead the league in first downs. And they lead the league in something else. They're like number 3 in rushing.
Yeah.
And they're 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Bad quarterback there.
And one of the reasons I'll take that, obviously, the Drew Lock thing. But the way the Chargers got embarrassed last week, I looked for a I look for Herbert to almost throw for 400 yards this game.
Probably. Yeah.
All right, I'll give you your last one. We're just going to go to Monday night, Big Ben's last home game against the Browns. Browns are -3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go Steelers.
Little send-off victory for the Benster.
Yeah, I can't see Ben.
Speaking of tugging tallywhackers, he should try that before the game. Maybe have a
little better game.
That's when he was playing his best.
I can't imagine Ben's last home game them losing to the Browns. I just can't imagine that.
Like, if I was him, I would have came out and beat the Browns and then maybe said, hey, this is my last game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, you're announcing it beforehand.
Yeah. He's announcing something that everybody can kind of take the hint.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need to probably announce that.
He didn't say it's his last game. No. He said probably.
Yeah. So, just don't need to say anything until the end. Just wait till after, because you're going to do a press conference after your last game of the season. You probably already have your mind made up. We can tell you should have your mind made up.
Yeah, you can't play the game anymore.
Yeah, you're not good at what you do, buddy. You had a really good career.
Yeah.
Getting in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I would say there's no question about that.
There's no question.
Okay.
Somebody will.
Yeah.
Well, when he won the Super Bowl, his first one was Jerome Bettis, and Jerome Bettis had 4 touchdowns and 3 rushing yards that game. Everybody tends to forget.
Yeah, that was
Jerome Bettis's Super Bowl that they hang the hat on when he got into the. It's like, hey man, you weren't really part of that team until it got inside the 5-yard line.
Willie Parker ran his ass ragged just to get
I felt
close.
so bad for him. I was like, Willie Parker rushed for 1,400 yards, had 1 touchdown. Jerome Bettis rushed for 87 yards in the year with 15 touchdowns. Kind of shitty way to do it. But no, Ben, first ballot. I mean, there's no question about that. And anybody who questions that is just a moron.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's, guy's done it for what
time?
Everybody talks
18
about
18 years, 18 winning seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody says, well, Tomlin's never had a losing season. Yeah, neither has Ben Roethlisberger.
Nope.
And he has 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Tomlin has 1.
18 years, 18 winning seasons.
Yeah. Could be the last one, though.
Could be the last one.
You get this win. What are they, 7 and 8?
Yeah. You still have a losing season.
What are they now?
7
well, they got a tie.
Yeah, you're right.
They go 8 and 1.
Yeah. And have a winning record. Well, there you go. They beat the Browns. He has a winning record, and he's done.
Yeah.
18 for 18.
No, so are they? No, they're 7-7 right now because of the tie. 7-7 and 1.
Yeah.
So he's got to get a win.
Yeah. one of these last ones to get it.
But then again, win the last fucking 2 and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then Mike Tomlin should win Coach of the Year.
100%, yes.
If he puts that goddamn team in the playoffs.
No shit.
He's the Coach of the Year.
No shit.
Take a shit on Brian Flores' head.
Exactly.
That point in time.
Yeah.
Kick rocks, motherfucker. And Mike Tomlin was just cool as shit.
Oh, God, he's awesome. Awesome.
But then again, you think about that of like if they went on a run or whatever, does Zach Taylor get any consideration? Even though you would say that it's like, hey man, it feels like they're winning despite you.
That's what I feel like.
You make some decisions that are fucking wild.
I mean, you admitted to yourself that you don't make the best decisions.
Yeah.
Like in your press conference, like there's a difference between admitting that and taking the loss upon yourself.
Yeah.
But
I just fucking love Cincinnati. Remember that after they won that one game? I think it was after a win where like something was going on in the press room and he had to do his from like a shitty hallway outside a bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And they had like one of those fucking food carts
in
front of him to put the mic on. Of like, are you guys in the league? Or, I mean.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
What the hell is this? Jesus. Like they didn't even have a Bengals backdrop to put behind him. It was like, well, this is where the janitors use the restroom. Let's do it in here, coach.
Yes.
Fucking Bengals, man. But I love them. I don't know why, because I love being hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just numb to it. Not unlike my foot.
Cold in here.
All right. Well, I think we covered a lot of space. We'll see how wrong we are next week. We can't thank you guys enough for listening. We don't know why you do.
Yeah.
But hopefully you laughed a little bit. Tell your friends. Grow the product. Enjoy.
Have a good New Year.
Wideside.